Chaitanya, can you tell me about yourself? You don't have mic. You can type something in the chat. You cannot sit like that. Type something about yourself in the chat. Two hours. Aslam, tell me about yourself. Aslam, can you hear me? So, Aslam, because from my side, okay, no problem. You check your side, Aslam. My side, Chaitanya can hear, and I think your voice problem. Fine. Today we are going for demo session. You will be knowing differences between other tools and our Informatica. Okay, good. So I'm starting the session. Initially, you want to do this Informatica course. Prerequisite is SQL. If you have SQL knowledge, you can enter into this Informatica. Okay. Now, to do this Informatica, prerequisite is SQL. Basic level. Okay, good. So if you have basic level of SQL what to learn in your college RDBMS, that is sufficient to enter into this Informatica. Today we'll go for introduction, so that you'll understand how it is different between other courses and why you have to go to this course. In today workshop, you'll be knowing. Coming to introduction, make sure that you have an operating system in your system. Which is used to communicate with the system and boot the system. It is used to boot means start the system and communicate with system. It is used to boot the system and communicate with system. Chetan is giving messages. Yes, sir. Especially compared with Talent. Okay. Informatica works on Linux and Mac, sir. Just Windows only. Yeah, you can. That is what I'm coming. We have different examples like Windows, Linux, and so on. Any operating system, you can load Informatica. Okay, you can load on Windows, you can load on Linux. Any of those you can install. It will support on any OS, no problems. Okay, so first you should have operating system. Then manufacturers came up with file system technology. What is file system means? It is a concept or a technology used to maintain data in file systems. It is a concept used to maintain data in flow of characters. It is a concept used to maintain data in flow of characters. For this, the examples are C language. File system, it will maintain the data in flow of characters. Next, manufacturers came up with RDBMS, stands for Relational Database Management System. Relational Database Management System. Now the manufacturers change the concept of flat files to flow of characters, means flat files to the tables. So RDBMS is also a concept used to maintain data in tables. So from RDBMS, we are maintaining the data in tables format. This is a concept used to maintain data in tables. Exactly. A table is nothing but columns and rows. Example, as I told you, our Oracle or SQL Server or some other things. So using these languages like C language, Java, .NET, all this comes under file system only. These all databases and file systems maintain coding, 100% coding. Okay, together if you are client server technology, Java with Oracle, .NET with SQL Server, client server technology, you say. If you work on client server technology, you are maintaining the code, means you have to design the form from the basic, you need to design the table from the basic, and then write the code, 100% coding. And if you are using together this these are client system, okay, together if you use, you call them as client server technology. If you're working together, client and servers, like Java with Oracle, .NET with the SQL Server, this is what is called client server technology. These are your clients and these are your servers. Together you are working, so we call them as client server technology. Here we need to provide 100% coding, which is difficult for the programmers, or you say which is burden on, which is burden on programmers. They need to sit and write the code. Okay, and that too here we can maintain only current data. Here we can maintain only current data. What is current data means? The changing data, you call it as current data. Exactly, OLTP. Chaitanya is responding. OLTP stands for online transaction process. Okay, good. So using RDBMS with client server technology, you can maintain only current data, which is nothing but online transaction process or a changing data, what you say. That kind of data we can maintain in the RDBMS or client server technology, including front end clients. Okay. So I say what is current data means is nothing but changing data which comes under OLTP. I'll tell you detailedly what is OLTP also. We have two type of markets. In the market, we have two types of data. One is current data and the historical data. In this OLTP, we cannot maintain historical data. OLTP full form, online transaction process. In OLTP, online transaction process, we cannot maintain history data. Okay, what is history data? Chaitanya, you can message me. History data in your knowledge. Aslam, you also can message me. Just respond me in the chat. Mic is available. You can unmute and talk. If no mics are not possible, just you chat me, no problem. Parallelly. Anytime you can ask some questions in between. 10 or 15 years back data, OLAP, good online analytical process. You can say simply unchanged data. Once you store, which is forever cannot be changed, you call it as history data. Once you put and it never can be changed, unchanged data, you call it as history data. It is nothing but online analytical process. but you want to maintain the data. Okay, we want to have the data. Due to that reason, manufacturers came up with data warehousing. Data warehousing. Like your RDBMS technology, it is also technology or is a concept. It is also concept or technology used to maintain history data. Okay, used to maintain history data. Now, by the name still can understand data warehousing. Warehousing means use data if you want to maintain. Which is nothing but your history data or you say unchanged data. This data you can maintain from data warehousing. Up to previously not possible. From data warehousing, this concept came into the market. In this data warehousing, we have it consists of two parts. It consists of two parts. One is called ETL process. Second one is called reporting. One is called ETL process. The second one is called reporting. ETL full form is extract, transform, and load. So both of you and one more guy is coming. Extract, transform, load. Exactly. Extraction, transformation, and loading. Okay. Good. So you have some knowledge and talent, so you're able to answer Chaitanya. Okay. You know something about talent, you told. Okay. Good. The third person, Sabyachi Kumar. Sabyasachi Kumar. Can you have mic? You can tell me about yourself. Can you hear me, Sabyasachi Kumar? Sabyasachi Kumar, can you hear me? You can unmute and talk to me. Tell me about yourself, something like you're from where and what kind of experience, or you're a student and what technologies you know. If your voice problem, you can chat me like other two students are doing. In the chat box, you type about yourself so that other people also come to know what you are.
Hello.
Yeah. Continue. Sabyasachi Kumar. Continue. Tell me about yourself. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, last 3 years I am working in the reporting tools. I have experience in the Excel, Cognos, and SSRS.
Okay. Right now working on reporting
So I
tools.
have a little bit. Yeah, currently I'm working in Tableau.
Which location?
Actually, I'm working in the Delhi.
Okay. Now you are in Delhi.
Yeah, I'm in Delhi. Previously, I was working in the Hyderabad BirlaSoft. Now
Okay.
I'm working in the Delhi.
Okay. So you have 3 years of experience altogether, or any other experience you have?
No, that's.
And that 3 also you are into reporting only. Cognos, Excel, and what was the other one? SRS, huh?
SSRS currently working in the Tableau.
Tableurs. Okay, you are in that reporting tools. Okay, good. You want to know what is ETL? Okay.
I have a little bit knowledge regarding the ETL tool. I have knowledge regarding SSIS. I know a little bit about information, not completely.
Okay, then no problems. So it will be a cakewalk to you. Okay. because you know a little bit of Informatica, and you told you are also known with SSIS. That is Microsoft product. Okay, no problem. Sure, thank you. So myself, I'm 15 years experience with a number of tools like operating system Unix, languages like C, Java, .NET, databases like SQL Server, Oracle, databasing tools like Informatica, Cognos, Tableau, DataStage, MSBI. Okay, and I'm also to report RPA technology also, robot process automation with UiPath and automation anywhere. So this is my 15 years of journey for three of you. Okay, you are here for a Informatica workshop because some people know, some people may not know what is Informatica. And with this workshop, we'll be knowing what exactly we do in Informatica and how it differs with other technologies, what you're working exactly. Okay, so any kind of questions you can ask me, no problems. I started now itself the introduction part. I am continuing. As you people know, data warehousing is a technology or concept used to maintain history data, which consists of two parts like ETL and reporting. ETL full form comes as extraction, transmission, and loading. I can say or define it is a process of converting source RDBMS. It is a process of converting source RDBMS data into that to what type of data. This one is current data. Okay, this is the definition what you can tell. It's a process of converting source RDBMS current data into data warehouse history data. I'll give the architecture and all. Now here, data warehousing is a concept. Warehousing is a concept. Warehouse is a database. Okay, like how we have RDBMS as a database, we have a data warehouse also as a database. This data warehouse database is particularly to maintain the history data, and our RDBMS will contain the current data. So by using the ETL process, without the current data, there won't be any history data. If you want to get a history data directly, you cannot have history. First, it should be current. Today something happened, we make it as a, okay. Chaitanya also know about SSRS. Huh? What is SSRS? Means you're asking me a question, Chaitanya. What is SSRS? What do you mean by SSRS? You are asking me a question, or what is that? I was just telling what the other person told. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, then it is a process of converting source RDBMS current data into data warehouse history data. So if you want to have history data, you cannot have history data directly. First, you should have current data. Using current data, we will generate the history data. The generation of history data we will be doing in the market by using an ETL process. To do this ETL process, we have almost about 600 tools are there. Okay, above 600 tools. Where here examples of softwares. Informatica is one tool. Okay, like SSIS. Like that, so many tools are there. Like 600 tools are there. So we are to Informatica. Like how we have a number of RDBMS. We have a number of RDBMS. Oracle, SQL Server, Teradata, MySQL, Informix. What is the difference between basically these different type of RDBMS? Means those are different products from different organizations. That's it. Oracle is a product from Oracle Corporation. SQL Server is a product from Microsoft. Like that, we have various RDBMS coming from various companies. Like how we have laptops, different laptops from different companies. Functionality is one and the same. I am sitting in one laptop. You three guys are having other different type of laptops. Suppose mine is Sony, yours is Lenovo, but all the laptops are doing the same activity. There is no difference. Like that, Oracle SQL Server does the same activity, RDBMS, maintain the data in tables, no other differences. What is the difference means? Only the syntaxes varies according to their tools. When they develop, they give some their own standards, formats to maintain and to follow. That is what you need to take care. If you know Oracle means almost you know all other databases, but you should compare with Oracle syntaxes with other SQL Server, Teradata. slight changes will be there. If you are aware with that changes now, you can cope up with any of the RDBMS. Likewise, when you come to ETL tools, if you talk about Informatica is an ETL tool, which is a company, which is a product from Informatica company itself. So tool name is also Informatica, as well as product name is also Informatica. Similarly, SSIS, it's a Microsoft tool. Okay, integration services, what you say, which is related to Informatica. Product from different organization. Talent is also an ETL tool. That's the same activity coming from different organization. That's it. Remaining all almost same. Now coming to the reporting. Once you have the history data, why you are, first of all, you should have history data means to perform the analysis. Using current data, we cannot perform analysis. You have something to buy. What you will do, you want to choose the best one. What you will do, you'll start comparing. You take 3 mobiles and you'll start comparing which product, which mobile from which company is better. Based on their features, you have to select. So for that, what we have to do, we have to take the comparison. That is nothing but your analysis. General, yes, who is that? Somebody is talking. Okay. So you want to compare so that you'll come to a conclusion which one is the best, and you'll select that product. That is nothing but your analysis. So for that, you need to compare. So if you want to compare, you should have some comparison means current data is there. Current data itself will not be used for comparison. We have to see the past. How you come to conclusion? You'll see the reviews. Those who already purchased different mobiles, or those who already purchased different laptops. You will go to the online and see the reviews, which is the best one. That is how you come to a conclusion. That is nothing but history data. Already those who past persons who already selected and they are telling the experience, you are using the data. That is nothing but history data, who already purchased and stored in the online, and you are checking that data. Is nothing but history data you're using to go for analysis and come to a conclusion. To have that kind of information, history data is very important. So that history data you use for reporting. Okay. So history data, it is a process of generating formatted outputs. Nothing but your reviews. One person will tell one way, one person will tell in the other way. So generating their own outputs, they will give to us. Using that outputs, we can come to conclusion. That part is called analysis. The third part, which is optional, graphs and charts, you can say exactly, graphical representation. Not only graphs and charts, which is of graphical representation, even a data report also is a reporting, data report also. Okay. Like if you take 6 months of your bank statement, which is not a graph or dashboard, okay, something like dashboard also you can say. Okay, exactly, good. Graphs, charts, dashboards, reporting data, all this comes under reporting. Okay, that is about ETL process and reporting. And using the formatted outputs, you can perform the analysis also. We are not talking about analysis over here. Analysis means your SSAS, Tableau is a visualization tool. Again, it goes a different cycle. We don't want to do all that. We want to stop here because we are into the ETL process. Okay, then coming to this particular reporting tools, we have different examples. Here also we have 600 plus tools in reporting. Like one person is working on Cognos. One person is working in SS. I think same person has worked on SSRS also. Okay, so like that, MicroStrategy. So many we have reporting tools. Power BI. Okay, Power BI. All these are again doing the same functionality. Cognos is a product from IBM. SSRS is a product from SQL Server. Okay, that is Microsoft. Even Power BI is also advanced to your SSRS, you can say. Okay. So like that, we have a number of tools in the market. We have to know what it is doing and all. So we have understood by this time what is an ETL process. Now we'll come to ETL process. Which has extraction, transformation, and loading. As I told you, directly we don't have the history data. I'll take one painting tool. So with this, what I'm telling you, you'll understand more easily because it's a graph mode. We have here end user. Sabyasachi Kumar, mute your mic. Okay. Now, end user we have. What an end user will do, he will perform the transactions. An end user will go for insert, update, delete. He will be performing the transactions that too manually. Sabyasachi Kumar, can you mute your mic? Kumar. I think he's not in the class. Sabyasachi Kumar, can you mute your mic? Okay. Now end user performs the transactions manually. Like you go to ATM and you perform the insert, update, delete. Something like you are performing your transactions. And that will be done in the RDBMS, which maintains current data. And that functionality we call it as OLTP, online transaction process. Now this is my RDBMS. So here end user manually performing the transactions into RDBMS. But it's called online transaction process. So these are the persons who are performing the PLSQL developer and all. Now this current data, if you want to maintain as history data, we have one more database here. That database we call it as RDBMS. The database we call it as data warehouse database. Second one. First one is RDBMS. Second one is your data warehouse. Now this is the area where you will be performing the conversions, and this is your historical data maintained. Here we have the history data. What is called OLAP? Stands for Online Analytical Process. Now we are converting this current data into history data. We are converting the current data to history data. That process we call it as ETL process. So here comes your extraction. Here comes your transformation. Here comes your loading part. Extract, transform, and load. Extraction is the process of reading the data from source database. Extraction. It is a process of reading data from source database. RDBMS. It is a process of reading data from source database is called as extraction. Transformation. It is a process of converting source RDBMS current data into history data. Loading. It is a process of writing data into target data warehouse database. So the area where you perform the apply business logic and cleansing data is nothing but your transformation. This part where you perform the transformation is called as staging area. Okay. So altogether you call it as ETL process. Altogether you call it as an ETL process. And this ETL process nobody sit and do, like end user how is inputting the data. No end user will interact with this historical data, like converting and loading, which has to be done automatically. So this functionality of converting from source to target is not a manual process. It's an automatic conversion. Okay. So this process is automatic. Where you have a scheduling process with which you will tell when this data has to be loaded into history in the data warehouse database. Now this is your data warehouse database. Once you are storing the data into this history data, that data we use for reports. Okay, so here comes your reports. Taking the data from here as a formatted outputs, here is where you have this tools like Cognos and all. Reporting tools you'll have here. Okay. This historical data used for online analytical process by using a tool called Cognos and generate the report. So this is what is called as RDBMS current data, historical data, and reports where you have the tools. And here is your Informatica. Now here we have the Informatica. Okay, in this level in doubts, clear now? I think everything is fine for you people. That is what we are discussing like this. I shown you through diagrammatical also, like how the structure looks like coming from RDBMS to ETL process to reporting. Now we will go with our data warehousing concepts. We will go with the data warehousing concepts. I think Chaitanya, you asked me about difference between Talent and Informatica. I hope you got the answer. Talent and Informatica are both are ETL tools. Product from different organization does the same activity. Inside designing, component names will be varying, and small syntaxes will vary, remaining almost same. Okay, Chaitanya, clear? Any more doubts in that level? Because you're expecting some differences between Informatica and Talent. You are already known something about Talent. Almost same thing you'll be seeing in Informatica with different names. That's all inside the tool. Remaining almost same functionality will have. What you do, their conversion techniques, the same thing you'll have here with different names. That's it. Okay, and small syntaxes changes. Okay, in RDBMS we have different type of tables. Master table, child table. We have a master table and child table. For a master table, you have the primary key. For the child table, you have the foreign key. This is what we have in RDBMS. Coming to data warehousing, also we have types of tables. Any idea? Talent, Chaitanya? Types of tables in Talent? Chaitanya, any types of tables? Any idea? Message? Dimension and fact tables. If you take dimension table, it is nothing but it is a table in data warehouse used to maintain in main information, like similar to your master table, which is having the primary key. Okay. So dimension means, or you say dimension table, you have to tell. It is a table in data warehouse. DW stands for data warehouse. Used to maintain main information using primary key. Coming to fact table, it is a table in data warehouse used to maintain transactional data. Used to maintain transactional data using foreign key. Like that, we have two types of tables. These dimension tables are classified again into three types. Okay, so we'll talk about types of dimension tables, types of fact tables also. There are three types of dimension tables. The first one is called SCD1. The second one is called SCD2, and the third one is called SCD3. Full form is slowly changing dimension type 1. Slowly changing dimension type 1. Similarly, slowly changing dimension type 2. Similarly, slowly changing dimension type 3. So like that, we have three types of tables: SCD1, SCD2, SCD3. What you say? SCD1 will maintain only the current data. So what is SCD1 means? It is a dimension table used to maintain only current data. Only current data. It is a dimension table used to maintain only current data. Coming to the SCD2, we want to maintain current data and history data. Then we'll go for SCD2. So it is also dimension table used to maintain current data and history data. So if you want to maintain current data and complete history data, you come to SCD2. If you want to maintain current data and complete history data, you make use of SCD2. SCD3 consists of current data and only one history data. You don't have complete history data. It is also dimensional table used to maintain current data and one-time history data. You don't want to have full history data. Like previous data only if you want to maintain, not the complete history data. then we'll come to SCD3. Like that, we have SCD1, SCD2, SCD3. Like you will be having one master table and multiple fact tables surrounded what is called schema. Like one primary key we will be linking to multiple foreign keys. Like that, if you combine the multiple fact tables to a one dimension, you call it as a schema. Schema is nothing but collection of tables where you have three types of schemas. Here also there are three types of schemas. First one is called star schema. Star schema is nothing but it is a fact table surrounded by multiple dimension tables. It is a fact table surrounded by multiple dimension tables. Reverse not possible. Why? Because you can have one primary key. That primary key can be connected to multiple foreign keys. So it's a star schema means one fact table surrounded by multiple dimension tables. So here you have the primary keys, and fact table can have multiple foreign keys. One foreign key will be linked to one primary key. One primary key will link to one foreign key of fact table. So like that, we call it as a star schema. The second one is snowflake star schema, extended part of it, what is called as snowflake star schema. This dimension tables again can be split into primary and foreign keys again. If you do so, we call it as snowflake schema, snowflake star schema. Okay, which has references with other dimension tables also, what is called as a snowflake star schema. So it is a fact table surrounded by multiple dimension tables which have references with other dimension tables, which have references with other dimension tables. You can say it's nothing but extended star schema. Okay, you can call it also as an extended star schema. Third one is galaxy schema. Now all this collectively you can combine, whether it's a star or snowflake. If you combinedly collect them, you call it as a galaxy schema. So you can say it is a collection of multiple star schemas. It is a collection of multiple star schemas. So multiple star schemas, if you combine together, that we call it as a galaxy schema. So slowly we will start with the star schema, extend with the snowflake star schema, and combine all the star schemas together. You call it as a galaxy schema. So like that, we have types of tables, types of schemas in our data warehousing. Not only that, we have few terms like data marts. Now when you come to this collection of tables, the tables will be related to all the domains. But instead of that, if you maintain collectively multiple tables related to one domain, we call it as a data mart. Here domain is nothing but any one department. Okay, so you can say a subset of warehouse. Data marts are nothing but part of a schema, what you call it as a subset of a warehouse schema. So data marts are, it is a subset of warehouse schema. It is a subset of warehouse schema which maintains data of individual departments. Which maintains data of individual departments. So like that we can maintain even the data marts also in our warehouse. These are called your subset of warehouse schema data marts. So like that when you come to this particular data warehousing, we have source databases, target databases. Source database is nothing but your RDBMS. Okay, source DB is nothing but your RDBMS. We have target database is nothing but your data warehouse database. And we have here metadata repository. As to our diagram, in this ETL process, okay, when you install this Informatica, here one more database gets created, what is called metadata repository. It will hold only the metadata, not data. Why? Because if you come to this is called as your source data. This is your source data. And here you have the target data. But no data present in the ETL layer. This layer is not having any data. It consists of only metadata. So we call it as metadata repository, which will be created when you install your Informatica itself. So what are the things you do? We have here one repository, what is called metadata repository. When you install the Informatica, this database will be created. What is called Informatica database or metadata repository. In this Informatica, it will store only metadata but no data. So we call this as metadata repository. So this is called metadata repository. Whatever you perform in the ETL process, all that will be stored in the Informatica database, what you call it as metadata repository, no data. You have to remember that point. Does Informatica hold any data? Means no, it holds only the metadata. Metadata means that logics you will do through mappings. So it contains this source information from which table, what type of business logics you're applying, and that is connected to which target table. Is that information on what is called metadata? That is called metadata repository. It is information about data. It is information about data. What is called metadata repository. Now here we will be building the maps in the Informatica. What we do, where you apply the business logics and perform the cleansing data. All this we will do in the form of a diagram. So here there won't be any coding. It is purely of designing. It is purely of designing. So map will tell it is a procedure which specifies, it is a procedure which specifies flow of data from source to target tables. This is how you will define. It is a procedure which specifies flow of data from source to target tables. We will be building map. In that map, we'll make use of transformations. In that, we will make use of transformations. Like you have predefined functions in our coding part. Like that, here we have predefined rules that can be applied on a map that you do by using a transformations. Like a filter, you want to do filter transformation. Join, you want to perform join transformations. So respect to transformation we use. Okay. So here these are predefined rules. These are predefined rules applied on maps. Okay. So which transformation you want, you will be using. And we need to establish the connection. We need to establish the connection. So if you want to say this rule has to affect means, we have to tell connect this source database from here, it connect to this target database. Without connections, we cannot get the structure of this source table, and you cannot get the structure of the target table where you want to provide the functionality. So connection is nothing but it is a path from Informatica to source and target databases. Source and target database will apply the connections from Informatica. Okay. Once you have built a map which is having transformations and connections, we need to run it. If you want to run, we will run it by using a workflow. Okay. So maps you will build, and that maps is only the designing part. How do you say metadata? When you run, then that the flow will be taken place. That running will be done in a workflow. It is used to run, or you say execute our maps via session. So we in between we have session. Session is to provide link between maps and the workflow, where workflow will start executing that particular maps. Okay, so these are all the features of our data warehouse. And we have maplets. Like you want to collectively use transformations together, or you want to work with together workflows, maplets to worklets we have. Like you can say a function where you call a number of times in a program, like that. Here we have maplets. So maplet is also a part of a map. It is also part of a map which is reusable. Okay, like a function. So you can say it is a reusable component. You can say it as a reusable component. So it is also part of a map which is reusable. Like how you have reusable part of map, like that we have a reusable part of workflow also, what is called worklet. All this will be seen in the tools. It is also a part of workflow. W stands for workflow, which is a reusable component here, which is reusable. So reusable component of workflow is worklet. Reusable component of map is your maplet. So this you can say as an introduction part of your data warehousing. Any doubts in this level, Chaitanya? From your side, any doubts, Chaitanya? Are you there, Chaitanya? Can you hear me, Chaitanya? Message me. Are you there, Chaitanya? Okay. Hello. Anybody respond? Anybody are there? Respond me. Okay then. So this is about workshop. I want to stop here because you people are not responding. If you're interested, you can join the class where we'll be seeing the continuation part of this. Okay. Hello. Shall I stop? Are you there? Okay then. I'm concluding the workshop. If you're interested, you can join the batch where you'll be seeing the continuation of this. Okay then. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.